This is Thomas Warfield, and this is my game Pretty Good Solitaire. In this video, we're going to learn how to play the game Triple Klondike. Triple Klondike is a 3-deck version of the standard 7-pile solitaire game, which is called Klondike. Triple Klondike has 3 decks, which means you have a row of aces up here. There's 12 of them, one for each of the 3 decks of 4 suits. Then you have a stock and a waste, and you click on this stock and it turns over 3 cards at a time, the waste pile. And then down here are your tableau piles, and you build these down by alternate color. And because there's so many cards, it actually makes the game a lot easier. So we can get it started by just starting to build cards down by alternate color. And you see you have a lot of cards, and you have to look at a lot of them to see, and you can build groups pretty quickly. You don't get as blocked as quickly usually with the 3 decks. So as you can see, I've been making a whole lot of moves. I haven't even touched the stock yet. And when a card becomes available, here an ace came up, it automatically moves it. If you have autoplay turned on, automatically moves it to those top piles. So that makes it very easy to play. And also you can right click on a card. I don't have to drag it like this. I can simply do a right click on it and it moves it automatically. It actually moved it over here to this one. And of course you can move groups if they're available. And in a space, the only card you can play is a king, as it says down here, king and empty pile. That's the only thing you can play in a space. There actually aren't any kings available, so right now we'll just leave that empty. And that's pretty much all that I can do. So I'm going to now go over here and start clicking on the stock and deal cards here until I can get something that I can play. And there's a red 8. I can put it on the black 9. And you can see more of these cards are going up. Now, here's a little trick that you can play. Well, I have this red 2 here on the black 3, the 3 of spades, which could go up here if it was available. But there's another black 3 over here, so what I can do is I can just move the red 2 on the black 3. And now it did not move this up automatically because it doesn't move cards up if that will make one pile get very far ahead of the others. So it tries to keep the piles even, so it keeps it down here because actually you might need this 3 down here to put another red 2 on. But because there are cards buried underneath this, I'm going to override that by moving that up and moving the 10 up, and that way I can get a bunch of more cards out. Okay, I've made a number of moves, and now I finally got a king. So I can now move this king into the space, and now I can put a queen on it, and just keep going. Okay, I've made a bunch more moves, and we're making progress here. At this point, I've got this 4 of hearts here. I'd really like to get rid of that. I'd like to move it up, but right now it's only at 2 of hearts, but there is a 3 of hearts here. Again, it's holding this back because you might need a black 2. But again, I can override that by just right-clicking on it, and then click on the 4, and we got another card, turned over card available and brought into play. And that's the key. You want to get these turned over cards brought into play any way possible. Okay, I've made a bunch more moves and we're continuing to make progress. We're still going through the deck 3 at a time and turning over all the cards that I can turn over. And you can see there's usually a lot of choices for moves. And usually you rarely run out of things you can do. And again, just right-clicking on cards is a quick way to play because it'll make a move automatically for you. And now I've run through the entire deck 3 at a time, but you get redeals, so all I have to do is click on this empty stock right here, and all the cards turn back over, and I can go through them again 3 at a time. And I keep running through the cards, and you can see there's almost a place to play everything once you turn it over at this point. Don't have any places for kings right now, but that will eventually change. And I can start getting at this pile. There's still a lot there. It'd be nice to get rid of those there. And we've gone through again, and you can redeal as many times as you like, because you're going through 3 cards at a time. So there's a lot of cards in this pile here we haven't been able to get at yet because they're buried. But the more times you go through the pile, the more likely you are to get at those buried cards. Now I've got a spot for a king, if I can get a king, and there's one right there. So I'll just move that king right into the empty spot. And we're continuing to get some of these buried cards out. A lot of kings left here. In fact, that's almost all that's available. So I'd really like to get at some of these buried cards here. So I'm going to play this 5 of spades up, get this 6 of spades up, and therefore try and start getting some of this out. Like a 6 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, and I can get the 8 of diamond spades out and try to clear this one right here. I can get the 8 out. Now I've got enough space for a king. And there are very few buried cards left. Most of them are over here in these 2 piles. I can create a space there, and I know we have a lot of kings there. Now I need to get at, I've got this queen here. I got to get that played so I can get at the cards below it. And I really need to get rid of this 10 of clubs somehow. So if I can get an 8 or 9 of clubs, that'd be very helpful. And here's the 8. Now I need to find a way to get at this 9 of clubs here. Okay, I'm going to move this 9 of diamonds up and then this 10 of spades up. And then I can move this 10 over and continue to get out. And that gives me my red king that I need to get this queen. And that helped a lot. Now I can get the 4 out, jack out, and we're almost there. We need to get another queen to get out. Okay, gonna do some maneuvering, get a 10 of diamonds out, and then this jack of diamonds, or that's a jack of hearts, but that's easily taken care of. I get this jack of diamonds here, move it up, and we're continuing to just get most of the cards out. There's another king, king, queen, and now we've got everything out except for this buried card right here. And I can just move that there, and everything comes up, and it's a winner. So that's how you play Triple Klondike. You can play Triple Klondike yourself by going to my website at goodsol.com. Download Pretty Good Solitaire right here, the free trial. You can play it for 30 days and play Triple Klondike and 950 solitaire card games for yourself. Thanks for watching.